With the first pick in the 2020 NBA draft.
Before Sheck Wes would earn himself a joint deal with Good Music and Cactus Jack Records thanks to hit singles like Mo Bamba and Live Sheck Wes, Die Sheck Wes. Before Sheck Wes would realize his dreams of becoming a professional basketball player by playing for Paris Basketball in a EuroLeague. Before Sheck Wes would have over 166,000 followers on Twitter, more than 1 million followers on Instagram, and 950,000 subscribers on YouTube at the time of this recording. As someone who manages to expertly bridge the gap between trap music stylings and New York charisma, Sheck Wes is undoubtedly one of the voices in New York hip-hop. Hailing from Harlem, this rapper turned himself into such a hot commodity that he had both Kanye West and Travis Scott fighting over the right to sign him to their respective brands. Ultimately, they settled on co-signing him because Sheck Wes, well, he's just too much talent for one label. The thing about Sheck is not only is his music infectious, but he's got a master plan that far exceeds your typical hip-hop star's ambitions. He once told Pitchfork, "I want to win Nobel Peace Prizes, as many Grammys as I can, Emmys, Golden Globes, VMAs, everything. I want to play in the NBA, I'm dead serious." Well, guess what? Sheck has actually earned his chance to become a professional baller, and while it isn't with the NBA, it's still a massively remarkable accomplishment. Want to find out how his season went? Then stay tuned for our newest episode of Where Are They Now? It was poppin', guys. It's your boy Marlon Palmer. Recent drops in this series have included looks at the Whack Pack and Slim Jesus. The Whack Pack story is just all over the place. Please check that one out. Since this show works off of requests, don't forget to leave us some ideas with who you want to see next, and I'll catch you guys after the intro. Sheck Wes was born Kadimu Razul Sheck Fall on September 10th, 1998. The son of Muslim Senegalese immigrants, Sheck Wes's parents were separated, and Sheck would travel back and forth between Harlem, where his dad lived, and Milwaukee, where his mom moved to, spend time with each of them when he was still just a child.
My pops run all the tailors in the African market.
Really?
Yeah, his whole life. My father been like a tailor.
Oh, wow.
He came here and he was like working for Dapper Dan, him and my Uncle Dom, when he first came from Africa.
So your dad was the Africans making clothes for Dapper Dan?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Going back and forth between both cities gave Sheck something of a dual personality. When he was in Milwaukee, he was a little kid with the New York swagger, but in New York, he was the alpha dog, a ball player with a tendency to get into trouble and an appetite for small-time hustles like shoplifting and selling weed. Beyond his passion for music, which has been there since day one, Sheck's muscular build and innate athletic ability also made him one of the best young ballers in the city. And for a long time, it was his plan to turn pro. But the thing about Sheck is that he's been blessed with a multitude of gifts, and his face would also help him get noticed by a New York modeling talent scout while he was taking the subway home one day. It was at this early point in his life that Sheck came to his first real crossroads. Should he continue to pursue his athletic career as a basketball player, or submerge himself in the entertainment industry as a model and possibly pursue his passion for rapping on the side? Sheck ultimately decided to go with the latter, skipping a critical playoff game to model in Kanye's Yeezy Season 3 campaign at Madison Square Garden in 2016. Big gamble.
It feels so good to see all of my brothers, all my music family.
But just as Sheck's star began to rise, his mom grew concerned over her son's shift into a fast-living lifestyle. Hoping to instill him with the discipline it requires to successfully navigate such a life, she sent Sheck to Touba, Senegal, to the religious center of the country's Sufi sect, where Sheck began to study Islam in June of 2016.
I had my passport taken away from me. I was in the country for the first time. I was 17. I had a grill in my mouth. I had like a chain. I had mad hair. And then the next day, I had none of that. Like the next day, my hair was gone. My grill was gone. Chain was gone.
Taken from you.
Of course, Sheck was wildly upset at first, rebelling against his decision that was made for him and not by him. But ultimately, he settled down and now believes that his time in Senegal helped him discover a source of motivation. He told Pitchfork, "I need to do it for these people. I can help them. Being anything here is hope to them." After 5 months spent abroad, he returned to the US at the age of 19, released his breakthrough single Mo Bamba, a track named after his childhood friend and eventual Orlando Magic draft pick, Mohamed Bamba.
Me and Mo grew up since we were like younger. I watched him grow, he watched me grow. You know, we played basketball a lot, we work out, but we just like friends too, like we all grew up in the same neighborhood.
Who, by the way, I don't know if he deserved a song now. Like, Once that track received a warm reception and climbed to hundreds of millions of views on YouTube, Sheck had something of a bidding war developed for his talents. In fact, Sheck had two of the most high-profile labels around shopping for him, with both Travis Scott's Cactus Jack and Kanye West's Good Music looking his way.
It was a good label. People nails directly to me because I was always managing myself, working myself.
Okay.
Because I had a lot of people like, you know, pursuing me, and to me it was just business, you know.
Eventually, both parties agreed to work together to help develop Sheck's career, and all of this laid the groundwork for Sheck's eventual debut project, Mudboy, which dropped in the latter stages of 2018. The album would peak at the number 17 spot on the Billboard 200 and has since gone certified gold in the United States. A year later, he would appear on the Cactus Jack compilation album, Jack Boys, which found even more success, climbing all the way to the very top of the Billboard 200. Sheck's next career milestone would take place in November of 2020 when he dropped a bombshell on his fan base by announcing he was taking steps towards achieving one of his biggest life goals by submitting his name for the 2020 NBA draft. And while Sheck's real name never actually appeared on any NBA prospect listings that I could find anyways, which suggests he probably wasn't ever really in the draft, when he wasn't selected, he decided to put the NBA on notice by dropping a comedic video titled Been Ballin', which more or less confirmed that the entire thing was just a gag.
I remember back in 2020 when I got drafted.
What are you talking about, brother?
When I got drafted in 2020, that's what the I'm talking about.
But here's the thing, even though that was probably a stunt to get his name circulating, Sheck has continued to hit the gym and put in the work on the hardcourt, as anyone who's ever spent any time on his Instagram can attest to. And a few months ago, it finally became clear why he was working as hard as he was when he confirmed that he would kickstart his professional athletic career by playing the LNB Pro B League, France's second-tier men's pro basketball association. Sheck joined the team known as Paris Basketball, and while he's certainly not their star player, he did wind up playing in 3 games and averaged 7 minutes, 1.3 points, 0.7 rebounds, and 0.3 assists, which, I mean, hey, it's not nothing. Even better, his team had a pretty successful season. According to the club's official website, they finished second place in the Pro B Championship, which means that the team will be elevated to the primary division in France's professional basketball league next season. Will Sheck continue to play for the team as they continue their journey towards respectability? We don't know for sure yet, but considering his love for basketball, I wouldn't say it's outside of the realm of possibility. Sheck has also announced that he's working on his second studio album, a project titled Hell to Paradise, and while it still doesn't have a release date yet, Sheck did drop the lead single, Rich One Day. If that project is anything like his former work, then listeners can expect a fun, exhilarating listen with lots of basketball reference thrown in for his die-hard Baller fans.
My next album, I wanted to call it Unorthodox, but then Hell to Paradise is like coming from the mud to paradise. You know what I'm saying? But being unorthodox is me. I'm unorthodox. I'm not normal.
Yeah, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo.
But his life, of course, is not without controversy. In 2019, singer and former girlfriend Justine Skye took to Twitter to reveal that Sheck Wes and a gang of his friends allegedly stalked and attacked her and her new boyfriend. She would follow that up with a restraining order, claiming that she was terrified to go out in public and be seen by Sheck. Sheck Wes defended himself on Twitter saying, "I've chosen to remain silent until now out of respect for actual victims of abuse, but I cannot stand by while lies are repeatedly told about me. I never hit or beat any woman, and I did not beat up or jump anybody." Since then, artist GoldLink, who was also Justine's new boyfriend, released a track called Justine's Interlude during a performance on the YouTube channel Colors. The DC rapper addresses the allegations of domestic violence and the relationship between Sheck and Justine. As for the rest of Sheck Wes' story, well, that's a video for another time and another place. After all, this is Where Are They Now? And you're all caught up with the recent history of Sheck Wes. Be sure to let us know what you thought in the comments down below. Follow us on Instagram @BeforeThey're Famous to vote on what's next, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.